Hello, it is once again yours truly, Zyther for KQ Squirrel Muggington, your inexplicable host. That's right, I cannot be explicked. I'm here, as always, to bring you video games. Like Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse. The fifth and so far final Broken Sword game. Very last one so far. Thank you for killing Gabriel Knight here before we get started. Important thing to do. You always want to kill Gabriel Knight before you start any new project. It brings you luck and joy. Anyway, this will be the final so far of the Broken Sword games. There is apparently a new one in development. It will not be out by the time we finish. Gabriel Knight must die so George Stobart can live. You know, I really do need to do that Gabriel Knight 20th Anniversary Edition someday. That would probably help. Add that to my to-do list. There's now a chance that'll show up on the wheel sometime. That ought to be a good day. That ought to be a good day. Now, I know basically nothing about Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse, except that it involves a painting. That's about all that's in the blurb that I glanced at. Every part of this game's title is an erectile dysfunction joke. No one go to hell. But about all that was in the information that I glanced at is that a painting starts this one. I don't even know what George does for a living now, like... Last time he was in bail bonds or something? I don't know if they're gonna keep that going. Shrug. That's jazzy. What is it? Oh, Ys Origins figures. Yeah, he used to be a patent lawyer, and then apparently he lost his job and went into bonds. Meanwhile, like, Nico basically rage quit being a reporter, as far as I can tell. Looked very peak he's ever... I'd like to welcome to the stream Hideo Kojima. George's new job, fleeing from the remnants of the Holy Roman Army. I mean... he could do worse. Hello, Windchaser. Matter of fact, hello all of y'all. Wherever you may be. Whoever you may be, whatever you may be. Hello. I am here to play video games at you. Looks like you should be touching you on your tennis swing on this box art. The box art does look very, I don't know. I can promise you that in-game, everyone looks weirdly smooth. Like, everybody looks weirdly smooth. They look like, I don't know, action figures of the Broken Sword characters. Cheat commit, not quite. They still retain their proportions. They just look very well, hell, I'll show you. Let's get this game up and running. I'll come over here. You guys come down here. Also, this is the blandest UI we've ever had in the series. No, it's not updating. What the fuck? Hold on. Let's try this. Is this up? That's not updating either. What is your fucking malfunction? Yeah, that's not updating at all. Alright, hold on. Let me try putting it in, I'll put it in windowed mode. Yeah, that updates. UI Modern, UI Classic. I don't know what that does. But yeah, we've got... Alright. But yeah, this is the most generic ass shit. Weird how that happens with full screen games weirdly often. I hate it. OBS is just... It doesn't fucking work most of the time. And I don't understand why that's acceptable. Alright. I did turn off the music? Yes. Let's get into it. If you have not played a point-and-click adventure game before, we recommend you play the short tutorial. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I don't really need a tutorial to play a point-and-click adventure game. But the serpent was wiser than all the animals that were in paradise. And God cursed the serpent and called him devil, and he said, "Below, Adam has become like one of us, knowing evil from good. The testimony of truth, Gnostic gospel." Cool. We're finally getting into Gnosticism! About fucking time! And, of course, we got some Nishi. Shut the fuck up, Nishi. Nobody likes you. I feel like Tobias is gonna start lecturing me about the thermals any minute now. Catalona, Spain, 1937.
We must go now.
Papa!
Tiago, go with your mother to the trap. Take this. It will always be your guide.
Yes, Papa.
We will join you shortly. Xavier, the painting.
Oh, just yank that right out of the frame, okay.
This way.
Senora, it is too late. Go!
No! Papa!
Senor, in here. Search them. Of course.
Paris, present day. Present time. Damn.
Paris in the spring. Passion, romance, l'amour. I was working in art insurance. It paid the rent, just about. And then, by chance, I met Nico at a private view.
You didn't tell me that you were back in Paris, George?
We should catch up. Let's have lunch.
Nobody move!
He's an insurance salesman. Oh, God.
Non, monsieur, not la malédiction. Oh.
Stay back.
Once again, Paris had shown me her dark side. A brutal robbery, a senseless murder. Nico and I were about to be drawn into a new and terrifying adventure together.
Yay! New and terrifying.
The
Anyway.
owner was dead. I guess sometimes playing the hero doesn't pay. My company had insured the exhibition, so I had a crime to solve. The cops would be here soon. I didn't have much time.
Okay, George, shut up. Anyway, it's not that I think that it's jarring or weird. It's just that everybody looks super smooth. Like, George does not have a single blemish, wrinkle, or crease on his entire... He just doesn't. Alright, where do we start? First of all, do we have, well, we have achievements. We have anything in our inventory? A phone.
It was my phone, mankind's most treasured possession.
Yeah, it's all very sharp, very clean. I don't mind it at all. I think it looks, like Silver said, it looks better than Broken Sword 4. Let's try calling Nico. She's busy.
Nico wasn't answering her phone. No surprise.
This is loud enough for everyone, by the way? It's a little quiet on my side. We gotta get him the Trigun factor. Oh, man. What happens if I turn... bit quiet? I kinda thought so. Oh, wow, how far does that go? Quite a bit. A little bit up, a little bit up, a little bit up. What happens if we turn speech text to classic? UI to classic. Everything's classic now. What happens?
The priest was administering the last rites.
No, I actually do want the background on that. I actually do want the background on that. Modern's better.
The priest was administering
Yeah.
the last rites.
Alright, I think the volume's a little better balanced now. Let's... There we go. Ooh, I hate that, I hate that delay on the walk. Where it has to show the footprints before you walk there. Hate that. That sucks. We got paintings. We have a butt. Look at the butt. We got a butt right here. Finger butt. Damn.
Challenging and experimental, like the 85K price tag. 60,000 for a sketch? Ouch.
Georgia Man's dead.
A rare glimpse into the absinthe-addled mind of the artist. A snip at only 80 grand. The label said it was painted in 1932. The gallery wanted 80 grand for it. The tag said 60 grand. Wow, nice work if you can get it.
Why can't...
The alarm still worked on that painting. I wondered why the stolen painting's alarm hadn't sounded.
That's actually a valid point. Thank you, George McGrabby Fingers.
Just 90,000 for this one.
And what is this?
This was where the stolen painting had hung. Why that painting? And why kill for it? The stolen painting was called La Malediccio, painted by someone called L. Serp in 1937, and worth just 40 grand. The stolen painting was worth less than the others. So why did the thief target it?
Oh, sir, yeah. It was painted by the legendary artist The Syrup. What is this?
The stolen painting had an alarm, which should have sounded when the painting was removed. I needed to find out why it hadn't.
Is it this button here?
It was a small red button.
The Syrup's Curse. Trail of the Pancakes.
So, the alarm wasn't broken. I suspected foul play.
God, I'm actually glad that, George appears to be competent at his job. Like, if he's supposed to be in insurance. Hello, what's all this then?
So that was why the alarm hadn't sounded. A wire had been cut by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. This was an inside job.
Is it doing achievement it is, it's doing achievement pop-ups. Oh my god, it's a mirage! You found evidence of sabotage! An old person wrote this. You know it. An old person who thinks they're still a young person. I know this because I am one of those. Hey, check out that
was
bust.
Pretty impressive. I wondered who'd been the model.
Alright.
The priest was administering the last rites.
Let's check out the body.
The
Henry?
priest was giving last rites to the gallery owner. I didn't want to interfere.
Ooh, does this camera work?
With luck, the security camera had captured the robbery. The cable for the camera ran into the room marked private. The door was locked with a keypad. If I wanted to get in there and look at the CCTV footage, then I'd need to find the number.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. Here's the pizza box the robber
murderer
used.
left a pizza box on the table. The thief left the pizza box behind. I wondered what was in it. Well, no surprise there. Pizza. The guy must have been hungry. There was only one slice left. The killer made a lousy pizza guy. Inside the box was a mess.
Thank you, George, for tampering with the evidence.
No one had noticed the pizza box fall onto the floor. I decided to leave it alone.
Can we eat the pizza? Why don't I have my inventory right now? I don't have my inventory right now, and I really want to eat that pizza before the cops get here. Damn it. Hello, who are you?
There was no mistaking this body. It was Hector Lane, art critic extraordinaire. He and
Weird
I
Al
had
video.
met before.
Weird Al video where the guy has pizza in his pocket. Is that the fat video?
For a moment, I thought he was dead. But from the snoring, I guessed he'd only fainted. Lane had fainted. I was gonna have to find a way to revive him.
Oh, speaking of fat guys.
Even unconscious, Lane's body reacted to food.
That doesn't actually wake him up. Damn.
In the pocket was a pair of nail clippers. They were monogrammed with the letters HL.
What is this minimalistic ass piano plinking that we are accompanied with? Bing bong, bing bong. Alright. We now have our inventory, George. No, he only wants to use it on the door. The sound of Art and Murder. Art and Murder is my band name.
The priest was giving last...
Right. Can I bug the priest?
Excuse me, Father.
Yes, my son.
I'm George Stobart. My company insured the exhibition.
My name is Simeon.
Is there anything I can do?
You can pray for his soul.
A senseless murder.
On the contrary, this killing makes plenty of sense.
What do you mean?
A great evil has taken place. This is the work of the devil.
What?
I am a Dominican priest. I know these things. And now, excuse me, I must pray.
1 minute, I'd been planning dinner with Nico. The next, I was talking art theft, murder, and the devil with a priest.
I mean... Can this guy pick Satan out of a lineup? If not, I don't really think I care about his opinion on the crime.
I always wondered who bought those white-framed glasses. Now I knew.
Thanks, George.
He definitely looked better.
You fucking tosser. Okay.
There was a small piece of paper in the dead man's hand. It was too intriguing not to take a look. It read, 2:30 p.m., be ready. Innocent enough, until I realized that the robbery took place at 2:30 p.m. There was something fishy going on around here, and it wasn't just the canapes. I quickly replaced the note.
Interesting. Be prepared for the robbery. Well, I guess he wasn't prepared enough. Hello?
A small purple nozzle was poking out of his pocket. In Henri's pocket was a tiny bottle. It was a bottle of Brett. The label claimed it would wake the beast within.
Wake the beast with it. This is a Gabriel Knight game. We gotta find a handsome German guy to use this on.
There was no way anyone would have survived that.
Can we pull out the bullet?
That wouldn't make any sense.
No, just checking.
I didn't want Henri's blood on my hands. Poor guy.
Some people do serve smoked fish as can. I mean, yeah. That's... You've never heard of canapes being fishy. Well, there's, like, caviar. One little crackers. And smoked sardines. And, you know, stuff. I don't know, that part didn't strike me as weird. Oh my... A
There's
toupee.
nothing quite so lonely as a dead man's toupee.
You thought that was profound, didn't you? You fuck.
Hair today, gone tomorrow.
Never mind.
A cryptic note in a bottle of overpowering cologne. No personal effects or anything else of substance. I definitely needed to check out that office.
Yeah, but how am I gonna get the code? George is being exceptionally George today. That's what happens, I think, when you get the original writer back. I mean, I think, Craig Cecil, or whatever his name is, Charles Cecil, also worked on Broken Sword 4, but I don't think he was, like, directly in charge. Can we use this cologne as smelling salts?
Time to awaken the beast.
What?
1430 because of the 230 note. That makes sense.
What was that? It smells like the 70s. Where am I?
You fainted. Welcome back to the land of the living.
I wouldn't exactly call this living. Don't just stand there. Get me something to eat. I've had a terrible shock, you know.
Okay, hold on. Have this
I found a
evidence.
slice of pizza.
I asked for food, boy, not a cardboard simulacrum.
Oh, okay, if you don't want it.
I didn't say that. Now give it here. Given the circumstances, that was surprisingly acceptable. Now, what's been going on? Oh, Henri, is he
Dead? Afraid so.
poor chap? Just like him to steal the limelight, though.
Okay. One thing I can immediately say about Broken Sword 5, it is at least funny again. In a way, I don't think it's been since the first or second game.
Excuse me.
Do I know you?
Yes, our paths have crossed in the Glees Gallery.
Of course, the man with the absinthe. I don't suppose you...
Afraid not.
Pity. I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble remembering your name.
I'm George Stobart. I insured the exhibition.
I hope you have deep pockets then, my boy.
Could I ask you a few questions, Mr. Lane?
Fire away.
Oh, we get the full interface. Thank goodness. Including the ability to show him our random inventory items. God bless.
How about some more of this?
I don't think so. As a cell volatile, it was acceptable. As a cologne, it would be barbaric.
Yeah, as smelling salts, it was acceptable. Yeah, including the nail clippers we stole from
Are these your
him.
nail clippers?
Of course. See, they're monogrammed with my initials.
Well, I'm not giving them back. So there.
Did you know the gallery owner?
Of course. We worked together on the exhibition.
Oh, really?
Henri provided the space. I was the creative powerhouse.
How long had you known him?
As a friend, many years. Our professional relationship had only recently blossomed into this exhibition, under my curatorial wing. And now the poor fellow has gone and got himself killed.
If Lane was involved with the gallery, then he had to know the code to that door.
Man, I would love to be a curator someday. Art, library, I don't care what. I just want to curate. It would be such a great job. All you do is go, yeah, that thing. Give me money.
Do you know anything about the stolen painting?
Of course, dear boy. La Maledictio, a little-known work, turned up at the last minute.
What about the killer? Were you able to get a look at him?
A delinquent in a tin hat. Beyond that, I don't really recall.
Oh, yeah, you fainted.
Those of us with a higher aesthetic are more sensitive to violence.
In the hat. Well, I guess, yeah. I would have called it plastic. The Killer is Kelty from Durarara. I haven't seen that yet.
So you curated the exhibition? What's it about?
A brilliant retrospective. A dialectical window on European art's ongoing discourse with the unresolved psychoses of the nation-state.
Wow, you took the words right out of my mouth.
So it's about how European art reflects European psychosis. Yeah, I could see that. Europeans are fucked up, man. The only thing more fucked up than Europe is the rest of the fucking world.
Who painted the stolen painting?
Therein lies a mystery. We only know his pseudonym, El Serp. He was a Catalan, a modernist. His works are symbolic, religious.
Oh good, religious symbolism. We haven't had enough of that in this series.
What can you tell me about the stolen painting?
La Maledictio, a challenging piece. If you like a wide cast of obscure saints and fringe Christian symbolism, of course. Not especially valuable, though. The thief won't get much for it on the black market.
I love obscure Christian symbolism. I can't believe we might finally be getting into Gnosticism. Like, that's the one thing this series has been missing. No lie. Because, like, we've done mainstream secular Christianism. Okay, sure. We've done, like, Arthurian myth. We've done Aztec. We've done bizarre high-tech shit. We haven't gotten into Gnosticism yet, though, and I'm very excited. We have not yet tried to kill an actual god or a demigod or a demiurge, as it may be.
So, you help run this place? Maybe you can give me the code to that door.
The code to the office?
I just thought you might have the number.
I do, but I couldn't possibly give you access before the police arrive.
I figured I wasn't going to get the door code from Lane by playing nice. I needed to turn the heat up.
Need to turn the heat up, huh? How would I crank the heat on him? I'm gonna hold his nail clippers hostage.
Are these your nail clippers, Mr. Lane?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. The perfect implement for cutting the alarm on the stolen painting.
What are you saying?
Well, the alarm was sabotage, Mr. Lane. It was an inside job.
Are you accusing me? How dare you? I had no reason to kill Henri, no motive whatsoever.
Okay, but I don't think the cops will see it like that. And I sure would like that door code. How about it, Mr. Lane? Ready to give me the door code yet?
Certainly not. Give me a single reason why I should.
Guilty by way of nail clippers.
I've been away from Paris for several days and only got back this morning. How could I have cut that wire?
This is an inside job for sure, Mr. Lane. The police are going to be very interested in your recent movements.
I've been out of town for several days, and last night I retired early.
Just saying.
You're not going to scare me into giving you that door code, you know.
I was onto something here, and I knew it. Lane was sweating. It wasn't pretty.
God. We're entering kind of new territory here in that George seems competent? Since when have you been competent, George? Who is Rickenbacker?
Hello, Mr. Rickenbacker?
Stobart, what do you want?
Mr. Rickenbacker, there's been a problem.
Why does that surprise me? This better not involve the Blue Lizard.
Afraid it does, sir. There's been a robbery.
Oh, terrific.
Only one painting was stolen, though.
Well, what are you wasting time talking to me for? Find that painting, or find a way to avoid paying out. 2 ways to keep your job, Stobart.
I see. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Anything else you gotta tell me?
The thief had a gun. He shot the gallery owner dead.
We insured him too?
No, sir.
Well, that's one piece of good news. At least tell me you got some leads.
I'm pretty sure the security was sabotaged. The alarm was disabled for that one painting.
So, it was an inside job. Who else is at the gallery?
There's a guy called Hector Lane.
Lane. Why does that name sound familiar?
He's an art critic. I think he's connected to the exhibition.
Now, could it be him?
Well, he's rude and ugly. It's certainly possible.
So squeeze him, Stobart. Squeeze him till he squeals.
If I was going to squeeze Lane, I needed longer arms than these.
Find out who disabled the security system, then find that painting. And don't call back until you have.
I have the feeling George isn't going to keep this job all the way through the game. We have a character profile gallery. Who is Rickenbacker? George's slave-driving boss at Paris Mutual Insurance. He believes paying out on a claim is an admission of failure. He also distrusts George for all his wacko, leftist, cheese-eating sympathy. And suspects he may even vote socialist. My god, the fucking horror. Yeah, his boss is a bloodthirsty leech, and I'm looking forward to him being the first against the wall when the revolution comes. A lot of characters in this one. Can we leave? Yes.
The street was quiet and upmarket. Not the kind of place for an opportunist thief. From out here, you couldn't see the stolen painting. This robbery was definitely planned. The room looked like some sort of office for the gallery. I could just see the glow of the CCTV monitor in the corner.
Yeah, there's CCTV in there. We gotta get in. I don't see any railings to climb up, so this is already not Broken Sword 3. Or 4. Hey, a pissoir!
You gotta hand it to the French. They know how to take a leak in style.
Stylish peeing. And of course the French know how to take a leak in style. They're all about the wee-wee.
I've always been a sucker for Parisian stained glass.
You see anything, man?
Excuse me.
Scream.
Good.
Monsieur?
There's just been a robbery at the gallery.
That was oddly bookended.
Oh, really?
You don't sound surprised.
All property is theft, monsieur. And all art is property. Therefore, all art is theft. Do you not agree?
Well, when you put it like that, it's hard not to. Did you see anybody run out of the gallery earlier?
There was a beautiful woman with a camera. She was chasing somebody.
Oh, that must have been Nico.
You know her? You surprise me.
Can you tell me anything about the man she was chasing?
I assume, monsieur, that like all of us, he is inherently unknowable.
No wonder this guy's cafe was empty.
Took the series 5 installments, but they finally got French right. He does a very French thing in a very French way. Focuses on the existentialist unknowability of all things.
What do you know about Le Lizard Bleu?
It's bourgeois, vacuous and overpriced. Just like its curator Lane. He's always in here, you know, talking art to his latest flusée.
What do you know about Hector Lane?
Lane? Oh yes. He drinks here sometimes. He slid away last night without paying.
Last night? What sort of time?
After midnight for sure. If you see him, give him this bill. And tell him to pay up next time.
Got in late and went straight to bed, did he? No, we got proof otherwise.
The check was from last night. But Lane told me he was nowhere near the gallery. This could be the leverage I needed to get the office door code from Lane.
Beautiful. I love it when a plan comes together.
The gallery owner, Henri, was shot dead trying to stop the robbery.
Life has no meaning the moment you lose the illusion of being eternal.
Right. Did you know him well?
Can we ever truly know another human being, monsieur? He spent little time at the cafe, unlike his friend, Monsieur Lane.
So you and Lane aren't best of pals, huh?
The man is a second-rate critic, peddling meaningless aphorisms.
Okay.
Thank you for your consistent indifference, monsieur.
Perhaps next time you come, I will give you a coffee. Perhaps not.
Does a very French thing in a very French way. Alright, let's go confront Lane. Hit him with the bill.
Take a look at this.
What of it?
It's your bill from the cafe next door.
So?
It's dated yesterday. Last night, in fact. 12:30 to be exact. You said you were out of town. You sure drank a lot of champagne last night without paying the bill. But you told me that you were away from Paris last night. I hate to say it, but that sounds like a lie to me. Tell you what, you give me the code to the door, and the police need never know. A motive and proof of involvement. Not looking good, Mr. Lane.
You are a blackmailer, Stobart.
Just doing my job.
All right. You have me. The number is 6397. But I admit to none of these spurious accusations.
I had the code. The police would be here any moment, so I had to work fast.
Insurance agent is basically a blackmailer. I mean, yeah.
What was that number again? 642... No.
Everyone, hold it right there.
Damn it.
Is that Moo? That's Moo.
I am Inspector Navet of the Paris
Oh, but it's not
Serious
talking.
Crime Squad, and I hereby declare this crime scene open. Closed. Now, nobody move, especially you on the floor. Moo, I want a total lockdown. Nobody in or out. Apart from me, of course.
A few minutes later. Hello, Bunny.
I needed to get back into the gallery, but a familiar figure was guarding the door. It was Sergeant Moo. Our paths had crossed before.
Conveniently forgot the number he was told 10 seconds beforehand. That is typical George behavior. George Stobart is a dumbass. And honestly, I am very impressed by this game because it remembers that he was a dumbass.
My press card. It opened some doors, but not as many as I'd have liked.
Can we
My
use...
smartphone. Possibly the journalist's most important tool.
Nico, however, is extremely quiet. Can I get the volume up a little more? Nico is damn near dead silent. No, this is as high as it goes. Okay. We call... Who is Ronnie?
Hi, George. I'm outside the gallery.
Thank God you're safe, Nico. I tried the phone, but I couldn't get an answer.
Inspector Moo is out here and he's not letting me in. I managed to grab a couple of photos, but the guy got away.
Poor Henri is dead.
I know. Why kill him?
I've been trying to find out. Turns out the alarm was tampered with. Looks to me like an inside job.
So, no ordinary robbery?
And no ordinary painting. The priest claims that La Maledictio is evil. I need to get into the office and see what the CCTV has to offer. Maybe you could help me out when you get back in here?
Hangs up. The idea that they're whispering over the phone makes sense, given that the cops is here. Yeah.
It was an office. The room was full of strange trinkets.
I want to see Nico's reaction to this French waiter, given, you know, her Frenchiness. Oh, she can't even interact with this. Oh.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Whatever it is you want, we are closed.
Then why are you standing here?
You would not understand, madame.
Try me.
Because I look at you, and I know you are like all the others.
The others?
The pretty women who shop, who gossip, who have their spa days, their almond croissant.
That bad, huh?
And the men with their grooming products and their shiny shoes and their skinny suits who come to my cafe and ask me for lattes, macchiatos, frappés.
I see your point.
Is this what we fought on the barricades for, madame? Ripped up the paving slabs, bled on the streets.
Isn't it?
No, madame, it is not. We fought for ideas, for philosophy, for freedom, equality, fraternity.
Vive la révolution.
And do you know what drove us on as we fought? What fueled the streets of Paris in that glorious spring? What made our hearts soar?
Cheap wine and free sex?
No, madame, no! It was French Café Noir that inspired us. The simple demi-tasse, the black, sweet taste of freedom.
So that's why you closed?
Yes, madame. I serve only thinkers, philosophers, revolutionaries. And you, madame, with your polite top and your pointy ears, are none of those things.
This is a cafe.
Yes, to the right people.
On any other day, I would have given this guy a straight one to the chin. But there was a chance he could help me get into the gallery.
So you'll serve an art critic, but not her, huh? Okay. Also, yes, I do want to echo everyone here in saying croissant. Croissant. That's a good... that's a good word. Sacré quoi.
As always, Paris looked beautiful.
French is fun with, you know, all the what are they called? Vowels. French is fun with all the vowels. Quoi. Also, this one guy has been going back and forth, because I think they only have, like, the one... Oh, no, they got a new NPC model. There's the second guy. Extraneous letters strewn about their work. Yeah. Yeah. That actually kind of hurt. Alright, I'm with the press. What do you think about that, bitch?
Here's my press card.
La liberté. Madame, you are not the person that I took you to be. You must accept my deepest, my most profound apologies.
Well, of course I accept. But why?
La Liberté, the great journal of freedom. At the height of the battle, as the tear gas blew and the blood flowed, it was La Liberté which carried the voice of our revolution to the world. I know now that you are not the kind of woman who would ask me for almond croissant. You are a true daughter of France, and I am your humble servant.
I mean, she's with the press. That's all that means. Also, what fucking century are you from, dude? What's on
The
the...
menu offered black coffee and a small selection of other drinks.
Okay, can we get a black coffee, I guess?
The road to enlightenment is a long one, madame. Perhaps you will walk that road with me?
Could we have a little chat?
Anytime, madame.
Dijou means bird. It's a word composed almost entirely of vowels as a whole 2 continents, and none of the letters are pronounced how you'd think. Did I get Dijou right? I don't think I did.
Did you see anything happen at the gallery earlier?
I saw you running after a pizza delivery guy. Somebody said he killed someone.
That's true. He stole a painting and shot the gallery owner.
How close we are to death, and yet how far from ever comprehending it.
Well, right now I need to get back inside and figure out what happened.
I applaud you, madame. To seek the truth is a worthy ambition.
As a journalist, that is my duty.
It's pronounced Oiseau. Oh! So when people talk about things coming out of their wazoo, they're talking about birds. Man. That explains a lot.
How about some coffee?
For you, madame, of course.
Alright, I get a
Only
coffee.
one coffee that I can serve you. Black, strong, and in a tiny cup. One moment. Here is your coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur.
Ah, yes. Take my coffee as I take my men. Black, strong, and in a tiny cup. Okay, I was kind of
The coffee
expecting
was hot and
to give that to
strong.
Moo. Guess not. Well, Nico's fortified with coffee. I wish I was. Let's try Sergeant Moo.
Sergeant Moo, we meet again.
Aha, Madame Collard. An unexpected pleasure.
I was in the gallery at the time of the theft. Can I get back in?
I am sorry, but I am under strict orders from Inspector Navet. Nobody in, nobody out. And I must correct you, madame. It is no longer just a theft. It is a murder.
Mon Dieu! That poor man!
Huh. Sergeant Moo actually acting like a human being. Then again, I guess after the Templar thing. It says that others suspect it may come from the French oiseau, or bird, through a Louisiana Creole term, razoo for raspberry. Those with particularly fertile, dirty minds may be able to make them. I can't think of a connection between birds, raspberries, and filth. And you know what? I feel like I'm a better person because of that.
Here's my press card. Do you have a statement for the paper?
Yes, madame. Stay away from the crime scene and let the police do their job. And always leave a light on when you go out at night.
Bird, raspberry, ass. I mean, look, I'd be flipping the bird too, but, I don't have hands. I'm just a floating torso. I haven't got arms down here. I've got dangly bits, though. You can't see it, but just out of frame, I got dangly bits. I got like 14 dangly bits. They are hanging off my knees. You can't prove it. But they're there. I don't know what I'm talking about. Though they're skin tags, you have them too. Oh. Oh. Well, now it just sounds sad.
I witnessed the crime. I've got to get back in there.
I'm sure you can make an official statement in good time.
I saw the thief. I think I can help the investigation.
I am implacable, Madame Collard.
Implacable. You can't be made into a plaque?
I chased after the shooter and got a photo of him.
Inspector Navet will be delighted.
You've got to let me into the gallery to show him.
Absolutely not.
So, I cannot go in without Inspector Navet's permission?
No.
And to get Inspector Navet's permission, I need to go in.
Exactement.
Have you ever heard of Kafka, Sergeant Mu?
Madame Collard, I do not see what soccer players have to do with this.
No, he's a... Never mind.
Okay, that's... Wouldn't he have said a football player? Well, maybe this was written for Americans.
Who is Inspector Navet?
The most promising young investigator on the force. A genius. A man blessed with almost superhuman insight.
He sounds highly perspicacious.
Madame, it is not for us to talk about the inspector's sweaty proclivities. He is about to solve his third case in as many days.
So, what's he got that the other investigators don't have?
Blood spatter. He is the world expert. He reads the entrails of the crime scene like a book.
I really need to get into the gallery and speak to Inspector Navet.
Tut. He is not to be disturbed. He is applying his famous scientific methods. Any moment now, the case will be cracked. I certainly hope so. I am dog-tired and want to go home.
I cannot blame you.
Sergeant Mu wasn't going to let me in.
Soccer and foot... Whoa! We get that is a hell of an icon. For that word have the same origination, association football. What's it associated with?
Why are you so tired, Sergeant Mu?
I have been working for 3 days with no rest. Navet is a genius in his field, and he assumes that we all have his energy and vigor.
Oh, you poor man. If you'd like to go and get some sleep, I will watch the door for you.
That's very thoughtful of you. Ha! A cunning attempt to make me a deserter, madame. A gendarme never leaves his post.
Well, how about a hot drink?
Ah, that would do the trick for sure. Unfortunately, I mustn't drink on duty. My doctor specifically warned me against it after the last... incident.
Did you shit your pants? Did you drink the French highly concentrated potion of shit your pants and then shit your pants?
That incident you mentioned, what happened exactly?
I don't want to talk about it. All I can say is it was very unfortunate. I am on duty, and I need to focus.
Thanks a lot, Sergeant Mu. You've been so helpful.
It is a diuretic, indeed. Thus the French potion of shit your pants.
Monsieur.
I need a coffee to go.
Madame?
Could we have a little chat?
Anytime, madame.
Could you make me a coffee to go?
For a fellow revolutionary? Of course,
I'll let
madame.
wine like everyone else does.
One moment.
Now, wine is the French potion of pee your pants. The French have many concentrated potions.
Here's your takeaway coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur.
Just shove that in your pocket, okay. The X of Y. Here you go, Moo.
Sergeant Moo, I brought you a coffee.
Why don't you moo
Coffee?
yourself?
Fantastic. Just what I need. But wait. I must not. My little problem.
I'm sure one little cup of coffee won't hurt.
I'm tempted, madame, but I cannot risk it. I am sorry.
So, this incident, it involved you, some coffee, and your little problem?
It is a tale of woe, madame.
I'm all ears, Sergeant.
Well, since you seem quite understanding, I shall elaborate.
Please do.
I was in charge of canine security for the president himself. One day, en vacances, he
What,
went
dog
for
watcher?
a private discussion with a lady minister. I stayed alone with his dog, but I had drunk a coffee to stay awake, and nature came to call. So I tied the dog to a tree and went for a secret pee-pee. When I came back, the dog was having a liaison dangereuse with the lady minister's terrier.
But how did they find out?
Well, 2 months later, the president's Labrador gave birth to 6 beautiful mongrels. And I was busted to sergeant just after the president's divorce came through.
You are a victim of a great injustice, Sergeant.
You think so?
But of course, you knew you must not fall asleep at your post. You were guarding the president himself.
Well, the president's dog.
Same thing.
It was the same thing.
Same thing!
Yes, I suppose.
And by drinking that coffee, you made the ultimate sacrifice for our glorious republic, your career.
Now you put it like that?
And now France is calling you again. She is saying, drink, Sergeant Moo, drink!
She is?
She is. Drink or fall asleep at your post. Which is it to be?
I suppose it is drink?
Bravo, Sergeant!
Oh dear. Oh dear. Excuse me, madame. I must use the petit gendarme's room. It has gone straight through me. Could you watch the gallery door for me?
Oh, you
Yeah, I'm
can
gonna
count
watch it
on me,
open and then I'm gonna
Sergeant.
watch it close behind me.
I distracted Moo. It was now or never.
How did you get past Sergeant Moo? Well, you won't fool me so easily, madame. I shall question you later.
And Moo is just a glorified coffee filter.
So, what's the problem?
The inspector's watching me like a hawk. I'll never get in without some sort of distraction.
I'll see what I
Speaking of
can
like
do.
a hawk, that fucking nose curve. God damn.
Inspector Nave, I presumed. According to Moo, he was a CSI star with a passion for blood spatter
Ah.
analysis.
CSI star. Let's hit him with the press card.
Inspector Nave, do you have a moment?
My time is of the essence. Be quick now.
Could you give me a statement, Inspector?
Now is not the time, madame.
Back at the door. Yep,
I
there's
did
Moo.
not want Moo to see me.
Don't want Moo to see you. Okay. Now is not the time for a statement. Let's
My
try...
smartphone.
Let's try the phone. Who is Ronnie? Imagine it's her boss.
Ronnie, I'm at the exhibition over in Montmartre. You won't believe the scoop I've got.
You're kidding me. That place is a dump. What could possibly have happened to make it exciting?
A painting's been stolen and the gallery owner's been shot.
What? Okay, speak to anybody who saw what happened. Scope out the place. And call me as soon as you get a story. If you're quick, we can make the evening edition. Bye, Nicole.
This could be the scoop I'd been waiting years for.
It is nice to see that Nico is back in the newspaper game. I thought she rage quit back in, like, Broken Sword 3. But it sounds like she's got a new boss. She's back at her old paper. Let's see if
Are
Lane
you
has anything to say.
Hector the art critic?
Enchanté, madame. And which of the angels are you?
I'm Nico Collar, a reporter.
Ah, a fallen angel then, my favorite sort.
Press card.
Here's my press card.
And there was I thinking you were too young and beautiful to be a reporter.
Beautiful, I could see. Young? It's been at least... I think Nico's like at least 35? What is that Aquabat's ass for? The place was robbed by the MC Bat Commander.
What can you tell me about the theft?
Oh, it was truly awful. What do you want to know?
Did you know that the alarm had been sabotaged?
No. How dreadful. I suppose that's why the alarm isn't ringing.
What can you tell me about Henri's involvement with the gallery?
Dear Henri, a shining diamond in the ordure that is the modern art business. He owned the gallery. What will we do without him?
I don't know. That's actually a good question.
Tell me about the shooting, monsieur.
Well, it all happened so fast.
Take your time. What did you see?
I can't be sure. Perhaps I could answer your questions over dinner.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I'm on a tight deadline. Did you see the thief?
I would have tackled him, but he was too quick for me.
You fell the fuck over the moment there was a... Never mind.
Have you spoken to Georges?
The American?
Yes.
He promised to clear up any misunderstandings the police might have about my presence here.
Oh, did he? Funny, I don't remember that promise.
What can you tell me about the painting that was taken?
It was called La Malediccio, an unknown work that only recently surfaced.
Who was the artist?
A mysterious figure known only as El Serp. Some say he was a student of Picasso. He was good, but not great, and his true identity remains unknown.
Thanks for your help, Monsieur Lane. I wasn't going to get anything useful from Lane.
I kind of respect that, like, the dude they made up for this game is not, like, the greatest painter in all France, critically unknown for centuries. He's just, like, some dude that was okay.
There was a pizza box on the floor.
That's litter. What asshole would put a pizza box on the floor?
At least now the place was a little tidier.
Tomato stain.
The tomato sauce had splattered on the floor. The
Oh!
stain was a real mess. No way was I going to clean that up with my bare hands. I scraped up the chewing gum with my press card, hoping the inspector wouldn't notice.
There we go. Now we got a pure stain. Hey, forensics, motherfucker. Take a look at this.
Inspector,
Yes?
have you seen that stain on the floor by the door? What do you think it is?
I don't have time to waste discussing domestic hygiene. Please, leave me to my work.
Okay. Okay, I need to make that stain look bloodier, somehow. George tampering with the evidence came back to actively assist us. Not yet, but I think we can get away with it if we're, clever somehow. How would I spread that around? Maybe with the back of the card, I don't know. Let's chat him up while we're here.
Do you want this chewing gum?
Madame, I do not take bribes.
It's tomato flavored. How often do you get tomato flavored chewing gum?
I suppose this is quite a complex case, Inspector.
It is a robbery gone bad. Nothing more, nothing less.
Surely there's a bit more to it than that.
Please abstain from baseless conjecture, madame. The victim's body paints a simple picture, more reliable than any witness statement. Consider the impact of the bullet, and note the concomitant lack of blood. A casual homicide, nothing more.
You mean they shot this man and he didn't bleed? Jesus Christ, he was dehydrated.
Don't you find it odd that the thief chose that one particular painting?
Life is full of odd things, madame. Fingerless gloves, white dog poo-poo, nasal hair. I prefer to concern myself with murder.
What do you think about the American, Georges?
Yeah, what
He
do you
is
think of...
deeply suspicious.
Deeply suspicious? Okay.
Did you see the alarm was sabotaged?
I have interrogated the crime scene, madame. I am fully aware of the disabled security. I prefer biological evidence to the merely circumstantial. Body parts, blood, important things.
Don't you think the disabled alarm is highly suspicious, though?
The forensic team will be along shortly. Voice your concerns to them. Do not bother me with this circumstantial fliff-flaff.
Flip-flap! My god, what a term!
Why don't you check out the security camera footage?
Madame, that is not my area of expertise. It is the body which concerns me.
But
Dude
the CCTV
only cares
would
about the
produce
body.
evidence. It could help identify the killer.
Correction, madame. It is but an indicator. The only true evidence is bodily fluid. Unless you know something I don't, then please leave me be.
The only evidence Inspector Nave seemed to appreciate involved gore. Thanks, Inspector. I'll let you know if I remember anything else.
Yeah, we gotta figure out a way to use that tomato sauce to our advantage.
How about that for a distraction?
Okay.
I wondered whether it would be enough.
Apparently we can just create matter.
The tomato sauce looked as close to blood as it was ever going to. Inspector!
Inspector, that stain I pointed at you turned into blood somehow.
Yes?
Have you seen the stain on the floor over there? It looks like blood.
She just used her fingers, maybe.
How very curious. I must investigate immediately, before one of these idiots steps in it.
Okay, there he goes.
Interesting. Maybe it is time to employ the machine.
Okay, Georges, that should distract him for a while.
Nice work, Nico. I'll let you know what I find in the office. I was sure the inspector hadn't seen me slip away, but I needed to be quick, because it wouldn't take him long.
Okay, needed to be quick. Let's actually make a save, because I don't know how anything this game is. Wastebasket.
There was a crumpled letter in the wastebasket.
Okay.
In the trash can, I found a crumpled letter from Henri's credit card company, demanding immediate payment. It listed extravagant purchases from a variety of ladies' fashion stores. The address indicated that Henri lived in the chic and expensive 16th arrondissement of Paris. I decided to put the letter back. Henri's financial problems weren't my business. But now I knew where he lived.
Bet money you can take as much time as you want here. Entirely possible, but I'm never actually sure. This is an adventure game made after, like, the year 2000, though. So it's unlikely to be actively cruel.
A naked lady stared at me seductively.
Boy, that's the first time that's ever happened to you, huh, George? I saw the words empty bottle, yeah.
It looked like Henri had saved the best booze for the back room.
Hmm.
The sofa had clearly taken some punishment over the years.
Window?
The street was quiet.
David?
It was a statue of Henri bearing almost everything.
Oh.
A strategically placed fig leaf protected his modesty.
Can I steal this necklace off the statue?
The statue was jaunty. Up close and personal, I could see that the fig leaf was hinged. Thankfully, there was no one around to see me do this. Very interesting.
Oh. Secret
This is a
passage.
sturdy-looking
Secret
safe.
safe, excuse me. Keyhole.
I wasn't going to open the safe without the key. I was fairly sure that even Henri wouldn't be silly enough to keep it hidden in the office.
Huh. Alright, well... I guess we come back for that one. What about the desk? Roll of tape?
I didn't want to carry the tape around. I had a feeling I wasn't going to need it.
Really? You have a feeling we're not going to need tape in a game, in an adventure game? I will trust you, George, but I think you're dumb.
I didn't feel the need to take Henri's eraser.
George, this is inventory. What are you doing?
It was the paper that Nico wrote for. Nico lived for the day her story would be on the front cover.
Fragile must be French. I mean, we are in France.
Carrying an ink pot around inside my pocket would have been stupid. The ink would have stained my hands for days.
George, didn't you do that?
The lighter was corroded and grimy. It'd probably never work again.
Okay, they're
I
just
decided to
trolling me now. There's all this useful shit, and George is gonna take like a peppermint or something.
The pen could have been useful. Then again, it might have leaked all over my pocket.
A thumbtack. Nope.
I didn't need a business card.
A business. This is all shit that George has had in his pockets over the last few games, I think.
I didn't like the idea of a pocket full of sharp pins.
But a pocket full of shells.
There was nothing else in the drawer. The folder looked interesting. This was very definitely tampering with evidence. It was a completion of work notice from a company called Vera Security. They weren't the guys we'd recommended. Henri had gone behind our backs to choose a different security outfit. Huh. I'd never heard of Vera Security, but there was an address and phone number on the form.
Okay.
The telephone was an antique rotary model. The handset looked greasy.
Ew.
The calendar looked like a child's school project. Henri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday. Poor guy hadn't quite made it to his big day.
May 27th. So that's 5:27. The safe closes itself.
Henri's notice board was covered with all kinds of junk.
All right, the CCTV system. The reason I was in here.
The CCTV system was ancient. It took individual shots and recorded them to tape. It looked like I needed to enter a passcode to view the recording.
Why would you mark your own birthday on the calendar so you can do this?
Bingo. I rewound the tape to before the robbery. This was the first interesting frame. It was Henri studying La Malédiction. He couldn't have had any idea what was about to happen.
Yeah, you could have. You remember the note you found?
The image was a little fuzzy, but in the center of the painting was what looked like a snake eating its own tail. I thought about what the priest said. There was definitely something unsettling about the picture.
No way a European would use American date notation. That guy did call, like, he did call football soccer. So this was clearly meant for an American audience. That said, you make me wonder if I had used 2705, if it still would have worked.
Was Henri studying that picture, or did he look worried? There was definitely more to this robbery than I first thought.
It's Albert Wesker. Be solved in 5 minutes.
Nico and I were taking a look at La Malédiction just before the robbery. Funny, the painting didn't strike me as remarkable at the time, just odd. It seemed that whenever Nico stepped back into my life, so did trouble.
Well, never trouble till trouble troubles you.
There I was, looking at the exhibition. The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake eating its own tail.
And I am a snakehead eating the head on the opposite side.
A good view of La Malédiction.
I
could kinda see why
palindrome
Father Simeon
my...
thought it was evil. There was a certain presence about it. The killer caught in the act. There was nothing really distinctive about him.
Yeah, he's just a guy in a
The
motorcycle
CCTV
helmet.
had caught the killer in the act of lifting La Malédiction from the wall. He knew exactly which painting to take.
True.
The moment it all went horribly wrong. The alarm should have sounded when the killer took the painting, but it had been sabotaged. I wondered who could have done that. Maybe Lane, or even Henri himself. Or perhaps even Vera Security, who'd installed the system.
I don't think Vera Security is a person's name, George.
The most striking...
Yeah.
There was some writing on the front of his helmet, but I couldn't quite make it out.
Zoom! Enhance! Enrich!
Why hadn't Henri backed down when the thief pulled the gun? If that was me, I'd have done whatever the guy wanted. The killer making his getaway.
Aha!
A logo on the front of his helmet read Waterloo Motors. That could be useful.
Waterloo! Yeah, Waterloo in France, not Waterloo in Texas.
The painting was gone. There I was, taking a look at the alarm box. Hopefully I didn't look too suspicious. That was me fiddling with the alarm.
Oh, good, I'm glad we caught that.
I hadn't thought about that when I was taking a look at the camera. Not my best angle. That was the last shot. I'd probably learned everything I could from the CCTV.
Okay, well, we got information.
Monsieur, sir, you have snuck in here, and now you are tampering with my evidence.
Truth, lie. Let's be honest.
I wasn't tampering with anything. I was just looking for clues.
That is my job, Monsieur. Monsieur.
Stobart. George Stobart. Paris Mutual. We insured the exhibition.
Oh, really? So, you have plenty to gain from the robbery.
Well, no. We have plenty to lose from the robbery.
Don't patronize me, monsieur. Only a fool wouldn't know how insurance works.
Yeah. No flies on you, Inspector.
Exactly. I have to get up very early in the morning, which means I can be sure to catch the worm.
So I see.
If anybody is Antoine
that a
in
serious
fast
crime has
motion.
been committed, I am going to have to ask you to return to the gallery.
Of course. But I do need to ask you a few questions.
D'accord. But remember, anything you say can be used against you, Monsieur Stobart.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind. It's very likely that the security camera holds a clue to the killer's identity.
Monsieur, I am a professional, and you are an amateur. So, leave the investigating to me, huh, pal?
Okay. Well,
Do you know anything about a company called Vera Security?
No, I have never heard of them. Now, I must get on with my investigation. Monsieur, you are American, no?
Yeah, California born and bred.
Of course. I think perhaps you are wanting to be like that Starsky and Butch, monsieur. No? Rolling around on top of fast cars with beautiful ladies, firing your gun.
Interesting idea, Inspector, but not really my style.
Indeed. Well, let me tell you something, monsieur. You are my prime suspect. You may go now, but I will need to speak with you again.
firing the gun that all Americans have. Your American gun.
I had some valuable leads. But before following up on them, I had important business to attend to. Hey, Nico, you want to grab a quick cup of coffee?
Sure.
You know, the gun that all Americans have. We can manifest it.
I am pleased to announce that I have finished my preliminary investigation. This is now an official crime scene, and you must all go. I shall be questioning all of you again in the coming days. Nobody is to leave the country, particularly you, Monsieur Stobart. Monsieur Lane will stay behind to help secure the premises. Mo?
Yes, Inspector.
Let them out.
Right away, sir.
Moo! I thought Mr. Lane was staying.
2 coffees, please.
Nice work in there, Nico. Whatever you did, it worked.
I just made a tiny distraction, and Nave bought it.
I think Nave would buy anything if it had blood on it. You know, this whole setup, the theft, the murder, it just doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
He sure does. We'll set up the theft, the murder, it doesn't make sense. What about these nail clippers? I stole them. During the theft.
Do you want to borrow these clippers?
Word of advice, George. Never say that on a first date.
Oh, is this our first date? After all these years, Nico.
Smell this.
Oh, zut alors. I had an uncle who used to wear that. Maman told me to watch out for him.
Ah! I missed George's inventory shenanigans. Here, smell this!
The security firm that Henri used was not the one I recommended.
Well, that's understandable. I've been to restaurants that you recommended.
I've got their address. Maybe they can tell me who could have had access to that alarm. Well, the priest thinks La Malediccio is evil.
George, he's just crazy.
Yeah, you're probably right. But there's something strange going on.
An evil painting? It's been done.
Like I said, I think it was an inside job.
Go on.
Someone disabled the alarm, but on just one painting.
Let me guess. La Maledictio.
Exactly. And I aim to find out who did it.
Indeed, Ghostbusters 2 is perhaps the finest of all evil painting movies. Because it's got Viggo Morgenstern in it. He is the painting.
The CCTV picked up an image of the thief. His helmet had the words Waterloo Motors written across it.
Interesting. I think I got a couple of good shots of him too, but I need to take a better look at them at home.
Great. Let me know what you find.
Gosh, how are you
Good luck with
knocking
your
back shots of
investigations.
coffee out of that
Well,
tiny cup?
I guess I should go. This story won't write itself. And Josh,
Yeah?
it's good to see you again.
Great to see you too, Nico. I watched her walk away. The sound of traffic, the sun shining, a crime to solve, and Nico back in my life.
We can either go to Henri's apartment or Vera Security. Let's start with the security company. Licking up drops of it individually.
The address led me to a dead-end alley at the end of a deadbeat mall. No wonder I'd never heard of Vera Security. The aircon went nicely with the Art Deco detailing.
Yeah, I will say this. The art in this is a massive step up from Broken Sword 4, where everything was fucking brown and empty. There's personality here.
Please don't touch the sign. You'll just make it worse.
The neon sign buzzed and blinked horribly.
You know, you're probably right. I will just make this worse. Okay, anything at the very bottom of the... No, alright. What is this?
The stall was a myriad of retro kitsch. Bottle stoppers, keychains, musical cards.
Why does a Broken Sword was the name of a point-and-click adventure game, somewhere like a hack and slash? Broken Sword started back in, like, I think 1999, 1995. It's been around for a while. There's been 5 games in the series, obviously. Soon to be 6, allegedly. I think in French, it's called something like The Curse of Baphomet. And I think it was released simultaneously in French and English, so... Yeah, Baphomet. Because it's... the whole Knights Templar thing is run through the entire series.
Hi, I wonder if you can help me. I'm looking for Vera Security.
Yes, of course. It's the shop behind you.
Thank you. The name's George, by the way.
Call me Bassam. And do please forgive me, but I'm in no mood to talk. I have a resounding headache.
Cannot blame you.
Bad migraine, eh?
The worst. The buzzing and flashing from the old sign is killing me. I thought the neon sign had potential until it broke.
Is it your sign?
No, the previous owners used to be a restaurant. But this is horrible. Adversely affecting my footfall and giving me a splitting headache.
Your footfall? Okay. Known as Baphomet's Flock. In Germany, okay. Le Chevalier de Baphomet in France. La Legenda de Templari, Legend of the Templars in Italy. And Las Leyendas de los Templaros in Spain. That buzzing is getting to you too. I have the feeling I'm gonna have to make it worse. I'm probably gonna have to make it worse in order to get this guy to leave, so I can go through some of this stuff back here. And I'm gonna feel bad about it, but, not bad enough not to do it. I'll exhaust his conversation tree in a few minutes. I want to see if I can open this door.
Help!
What's wrong?
There's a monster
What? Where?
Commander, you've received a new
on the
message at your
floor.
private
Get
terminal.
rid of it!
Oh, the cockroach.
Yes, the cockroach! Help!
Quick, spray it with toilet water.
I went to take a closer look. Come here, little fella.
George, don't befriend the cockroach.
There were crumbs on the floor. No wonder the cockroach was sticking around. I was never going to catch it with my bare hands.
George, don't befriend the cockroach.
That was never going to work.
What, you can't slide a paper under it? I gotta catch this cockroach somehow. Hold on.
Romanov's, a Russian brand cigarette. The pack was empty. As a child, I'd always been told not to play with matches, but I never could resist.
Really? Are you a pyromaniac, George? Interesting time to bring that up, thank you. Stretch goal. Hold on. There's a stretch goal to have a rat over here, apparently. Spray it in the close-up. Can I stun it?
That would have violated the Chemical Weapons Convention. I tipped out the matches. I couldn't catch it just by swiping at it. I'd need to entice it closer.
Entice it. Okay.
I set down my matchbox. Cockroaches like hiding in dark places. Not a bad idea when you think about it. Cockroach wasn't going for it. I needed some bait.
Bait.
I refused to torture the little fella. Even cockroaches have rights.
George, where the fuck is this coming from? Hardcore moon logic. See, this seems perfectly sensible to me. We need a snack.
Even the plant looked depressed.
We need a snack. Do you have food?
Hello, I'm... Cockroach! I see the little beggar.
Okay. I don't see anything that passes for food here. We're gonna go hit up Henry's apartment real quick. She's gonna stay
wasn't going
put.
to leave without investigating Vera's
Oh.
role in the robbery.
I guess we're not. Do you have a snack?
Could you help me with a vermin problem, please?
Please, Mr. Stobart, I really can't deal with other people's problems right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
You want me to try fixing that sign for you?
Do you know what you're doing?
I'm very good at fixing things.
Then please do. I'm no good at electricals. Marketing analysis and predicting trends is more my thing.
Alright, let's try and solve everybody's problem. What if we just cut a wire with the nail clippers?
I needed a better idea.
No? Okay.
I took a good look at the sign. The wiring was exposed and the cover broken. No wonder it was flashing.
Loose wire.
It was a loose wire.
Alright. Can I...
Cutting the wire wouldn't have fixed the flashing.
Man, if only I had some, like, electrical tape. Oh. Okay, what can I spell that's filthy with this? Well, everything over here is stable. It's over here that's flashing. Almost a dildo. Well, almost dildo isn't dildo. And almost Christmas isn't Christmas.
I pulled the wire off.
Oh.
Well, that was one way to stop the letters flashing. Now only half the sign was illuminated.
As Dane. Only half the sign is illuminated. Can I just, like, spell salad over here? I don't know how to spell salad. Arrange the letters alphabetically. Nothing explaining the dead rat being a stretch... Oh, wait. B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L... Oh, wait. There's a D at the end. You're right. There is a D at the end. I don't think this is going to do anything either. I just don't think I mind. H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P-Q-R-S. The D should probably be the last D. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. This didn't really help anything, but I do think it looks better now.
The buzzing and flashing has stopped.
And I'm very grateful. But the sign still looks pretty terrible, doesn't it? When you're building a brand from the ground up, name is everything. I need a name that makes my customers long for adventure and treasures from faraway places.
Adventure and treasure? Really? Senile Dada.
Could you help me with a vermin problem, please?
I'm sorry, until I kickstart this business, I don't really have time for ancillary projects. I need a brand. A clear message that grabs my key demographic by the lapels and hurls them into my economic bailiwick.
Excuse me?
You know, a name that sounds magical and exotic, that appeals to a yearning they only feel subconsciously.
Dude needs that stretch goal. You know, you're probably right, but at the same time, I'm not sure on that one. Okay, a name that sounds exciting and exotic. Oh, there's a fucking pop-up. They need to be lit, so must be placed in the 7 sockets. Okay, yeah.
Seemed the letters could be moved around. Shame it didn't have the right letters to spell Bassam. I'd have to think of something else.
Just give him salad? That bitch? Dad and lad. A 7-letter word. Think genies. Sim Sim Salabim? No, that's Haji from Johnny Quest. What are the 2 notes? I don't know. I can't really interact with these. Aladdin. We've only got 1 L. We're not... I guess we can spell Aladdin before. Eliende. Alad. Go away! Wrestling with this fucking interface.
Aha. That seemed like a good name.
Feed Aladdin. Yeah, fuck Aladdin.
This. I know it's not your name, but...
Aladdin. Very cool. That's a terrific name for my store. Hits every one of my USPs.
Glad you like it.
Your
You're a
unresolved
genius,
sexual
George.
penis?
Let me know if I can do anything for you.
Genuinely surprised that was the answer. I'm a little put off that we decided to name the, like, random Indian guy Aladdin. But he seems pretty
Mr.
delighted,
Stovall.
so...
What can I do for you?
I really like your new sign.
It's magnificent. I owe you one.
Do you happen to know a good way to catch a cockroach?
To be honest, George, I'm better at questions on balancing budgets within a liberal economic framework. But as a layman, perhaps I could suggest you trap it? And please, whatever you do, don't squish it.
Why's that?
The entire family will catch the scent and arrive for the funeral.
Ooh, we don't want that.
You need to find a container of some sort. Then I think add this.
Rich tea. What's that, a cookie?
The perfect cockroach biscuit. Dry, dull, unsatisfying, and yet curiously Moorish.
I'll give it a try.
Glad to help.
What do you think?
I'm over the moon, George. Thanks to you, I can now sell my retro cavalcade of musical cards, brushes, souvenirs. And you know what they say, happy sellers make happy shoppers.
Do they say that? Okay.
So what are you selling?
Ah, I'm glad you asked. I sell all those things you can't get anywhere else in Paris.
Like?
English biscuits, Turkish delight, French cassettes, Brazilian Betamax videos.
Brazilian Betamax. That's a very specific niche. Okay, well. He's selling pornography. Well, possibly. Or he's selling, like, bootleg movies. You've had Turkish Delight. It's not delightful. The thing about Turkish Delight is that it is designed to thrill Victorian children. You can't get French cassettes anywhere else in France. I do wonder if French cassettes is a euphemism for something. But again, yeah, that's probably pornography.
I added some bait to the matchbox. Even I was finding it hard to resist that little trap. Gotcha!
You are a gentleman and no mistake. I hate cock Georges.
Always ready to help a damsel in distress.
I bet you are. Can I help you?
Yes, please. Do you know if there's anyone in the office I can talk business with?
Yes, me, chérie. I'm Annette, the manager.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... The gloves. I just thought...
Ah, easy mistake to make. If you haven't been reconstructed, that is.
Oh, but I have been reconstructed. A number of times. From the ground up.
What does that fucking mean? What does that fucking mean? She means she got surgery. Oh, does she? Annette's fed up, broke, and exhausted by her 12 hours a day at Fair Security. A veteran of the gambling security hostess world. It would help her skin tone and gravel voice if she gave up the 40 cigarettes a day habit. And the drinking. Yeah, her skin tone, which is the same as, like, George's. A young French Algerian. Oh, okay. Algerian hip-hop to car sales to jewelry to fashion. Bassam's tried everything. I want to hear Bassam's Algerian hip-hop SoundCloud.
I could hear the little fella scuttling around in there.
George, are you keeping... Fucking hell. Okay, he's probably keeping it.
It says here that Vera was hired to do the security at the gallery. Didn't do a very good job, did you?
Where did you get that?
At the gallery. There's been a theft at Le Lézard Bleu. A painting's been stolen.
That job was signed off. You can't say we were to blame.
I was getting a bad feeling. The place looked like a front, and the only person there wasn't helping. Maybe the office itself could give me more information.
Are you done? Only I want to listen to this next race.
Next race, you say? Well, how about if I shut your radio off?
Do you mind? I'm listening to the race.
Annette was watching me like a hawk.
I'm gonna put a wire in your radio.
Nope. I needed to try something else.
I'm gonna open your drawers.
Look, do you mind not touching the office equipment?
Annette's peripheral vision was, quite simply, astounding.
I'm gonna call you from outside. Yeah, I could just let this cockroach go again. That's something I could do.
Hello, Vera Security?
George Stobart here.
I can see you through the window, monsieur. Why don't you come in and stop wasting my time?
Okay, I admit, getting called out on that was not something I expected. But I threatened you with this cockroach.
I caught the cockroach. Look, isn't he a sweetie?
Ah! Keep it away from me!
Oh, really? You want to answer some questions,
What
then?
can I do for you?
I caught the cockroach.
Ah! Keep it away from me!
Maybe now I should grab her rodent. We'll see.
Yeah, you've shown me already.
Are you betting on a horse?
No, I just like hearing the sound of hooves.
Oh, well, that's unusual.
Don't be an idiot. I got 50 euros on Lucky Break.
Ah, well, I hope you win.
So do I, chérie. So do I.
Thanks.
And the rat. This doesn't really have an interact on it. It just has an eyeball, and George just shrugs at it. One moment, please. I'm going to the background for a second. Broken sword fired. Stretch goal. Did the stretch goal not get met? I don't know. Some kind of weird joke. Pretty sure it was a Kickstarter Easter egg. The point is probably that the stretch goal can be very close, but reaching him can be a major obstacle. I don't think there's a hidden puzzle involved. Yeah, I don't think anybody gets it. I guess... I don't know. I guess nobody cares. Shrug? The stretch goal is in rough order. All the cut content we left behind. More exotic locales. What if I try calling her from, like, right here?
Hello, Vera Security. We make you secure.
I fuck with the radio. And open the drawer.
Wrong number again, damn nuisance calls.
A quick look revealed that the drawer was empty.
And then we hit the door.
Please stay on the other side of the counter.
It was like she had some kind of psychic power. She could just feel what I was trying to do.
Damn. Come on. A backer appearance right by the gallery. Probably the waiter. Yeah, the waiter was supposed to be a stretch goal, right? Okay, there's also her black book. Let's try for that this time. The one which wasn't met was a backer appearance as Nico's neighbor. I don't know, maybe the fact that it wasn't met means that the neighbor is now a dead rat.
Hello, Vera Security. We make you secure. Wrong number again, damn nuisance calls.
Wait for it, there we go.
I wanted to see what secrets the book might contain. There was a photo. Of course, I grabbed it. Nothing else interesting in there.
Yeah, if you call her from outside the shop, she can see you.
A very bad photo of Lane in a net.
Ooh, Lane.
Around.
Hey, I have evidence that
Recognize
you
this?
fucked up that guy. I don't know.
Hey, that's my photo.
That's you with Lane, I believe.
So, what if it is?
What is he to you?
Oh, my Hector, that's what he is. My little Hector.
Yeah, I thought you said you had nothing to do with the gallery.
Look, here's how it is. I've only been there a few weeks. I had nothing to do with that gallery job. I just delivered the paperwork.
So, who's the manager before you?
I don't know. She just, one day, didn't come in for work. I shouldn't be talking to you. The boss told me to keep my mouth shut.
The boss, huh? And just who's the boss?
What can I do for you?
The boss. Have you got his number or address?
No, I've forgotten it. I mean, I never knew it.
Annette, a serious crime has been committed. You're in a lot of trouble.
I had nothing to do with it. Look, I need this job. I need the money. Anyway, it's only a silly old painting. No one got hurt.
The gallery owner was shot.
Badly?
Yeah, he's pretty dead.
Oh.
This is a murder investigation. Now, who's your boss?
I don't know. Honest, he faxes me if he wants anything.
He? Who's he?
I've never seen him, never met him. Don't make trouble for poor Annette.
Thanks. I was pretty sure Annette had told me all she was going to. She sounded scared. Time to put the thumb screws on Lane, and I knew just how.
Do you? Would you like to share with me? I guess we can
Time to
go.
confront Lane.
Time to confront Lane. I guess that's at the gallery. I want to go to Henry's apartment first. We haven't time to screw Lane like everybody else in Paris. God damn, Lane gets around.
I wondered if the widow had anything to do with the gallery at all.
Hello?
This is George Stobart. May I come up?
Stobart? What are you doing here?
Good grief. Is that you, Mr. Lane? Actually, I wanted to talk to you.
Oh.
Mr. Lane, does the name Annette mean anything to you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. If you don't let me in, I'll tell the police about your interesting connection to the security company.
All right then. Come up, but make it brief.
I didn't realize we were gonna,
I need to talk to Madame Dubois.
I'm sure it can wait.
Alright, well, we can get in anyway, so.
Dear Lord, George, you have the worst timing.
Is this a bad time to accuse you of lying?
What do you want?
I've just come from Vera's security.
Oh, we got nipples.
So?
Am I gonna get banned from Twitch? It's artistic nudity.
What do you know about the owner of Vera's security?
I've never had the pleasure.
Tell me about Annette.
Who?
From Vera Security.
I don't know any Annette.
Why is he painting Madame Dubois naked? Why is he painting Princess Peach naked?
I'm surprised you let your conquests keep souvenirs.
Where did you get that?
Annette lent it to me.
Quit waving it around, for God's sake.
Is it less tasteful than anything else in here?
Come on, Lane. Tell me about Annette.
All right, all right. I had a fling with her, okay? Now keep your voice down, please.
And you two fixed the security for the robbery?
No, nothing like that. Anyway, the fling was a mistake. She turned out to be rather needy.
I believe you. You're not a criminal, just a lecherous old man.
Less of the old, if you don't mind. As it happens, I make a lot of women happy.
His corpse is right there in the room, but
Especially when
oh my
you leave him.
god! Ah, shit.
Can you
There.
tell me anything about the owner of Vera?
Annette told me he's some angry-looking Russian chap.
Okay, Lane. Take off.
You can't tell me what to do.
You want me to show Bijou this picture?
All right, I'm going. You haven't heard the last of me, Stobart.
Promise?
And give me that photo.
I think you might be. I can't tell. Bijou the French ham.
If Lane was telling the truth, that meant that Annette was lying. She said she'd never met the owner and was very keen to get rid of me. I wondered if she was hiding something interesting in that back office.
Are you going to introduce yourself properly?
I want to look at the body. Shush. Go away, ma'am.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, madame. My name's George Stobart.
Call me Bijou.
Okay, this is Bijou.
Henri was now dressed in a cheap suit. On balance, I preferred the waistcoat.
Madame
Henri was now
Dubois.
dressed in a cheap...
Is this Harry's mom? I don't think so. I hope not. What's on the table?
Sherry, please don't touch my table. I keep everything in perfect order.
You have a beautiful home, Bijou.
Oh, thank you. I do like beautiful things.
Okay, sure you do, ma'am. Alright, let's quiz her.
Hello, young man. Such a delight to have a new visitor. What can I do for you?
I'm from the insurance company. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Henri, my poor sauvage. He died in his prime.
Sausage?
Could I just ask you a few questions?
Ordinary, my
Why
poor
not?
sausage.
A little company might just pep me up, as you Americans might say.
Oh, are you horny, ma'am? I'm sorry. Would you like to look at a cockroach?
Hey, this might cheer you up. Say hello to Trevor.
You named it?
A cockroach?
I prefer the word pal.
And I prefer the word pest. Please never show it to me again.
You named it? Damn it, George. We can't take you anywhere. I'm not singing that. Fucking George. Song.
Your record player seems to be stuck on the same song.
Yes, this song gives me great comfort. It reminds me of Henri.
Okay.
Quite unusual these days to bring the coffin home.
Henri loved a good wake. Said they were better than any party.
Huh.
Huh. Yeah, huh.
Henri was very brave at the gallery. He tried to stop the thief and paid the ultimate price.
Henri was my lion and my little pussycat.
Both of those at the same time.
Henri looks very peaceful.
Doesn't he? I wish I could keep him here forever.
No, put that in the ground, please.
Can you tell me about the gallery? Was the business doing well?
The gallery was Henri's baby. He never spoke to me about it.
So you weren't involved?
Not at all. Business is not my thing.
Yeah, I believe you, ma'am. I think I can work out what your thing is.
Bijou, I think someone involved with the gallery helped the thief. It wasn't Hector Lane. He's not devious enough.
But who else?
I don't know. But I will get to the bottom of it, I promise you.
Yeah, this lady, I'm not gonna shame her, but she clearly likes getting dick down and being painted while she's doing it. And,
Bijou appeared to know nothing. I still couldn't discount Lane. Annette, on the other hand, had lied about Vera's Security's owner.
Anyway, I'm not gonna shame on that. Like,
Night was falling. Annette would have left for the evening. It was time to pay a visit to Vera Security.
oh, alright. A short time later.
The empty mall was lit by bright moonlight. The perfect ambiance for a little detective work. I wanted a good look at that back office. I just had to find a way in.
We've got a pushable box! Hot damn. Wait. Shutter?
All Bassam's stuff was safely locked away.
Good for him. Are we gonna be climbing on shit?
Rearranging the sign had been a stroke of genius, even if I do say so myself.
Ah, yeah, we are gonna climb on it. It's like Broken Sword 3 and 4 never left.
I popped the lid open. Inside was an aircon unit and bingo, the master controls for the shutters. It was the motor that operated the shutters.
Okay.
It was the master controller for the shutters.
Hold on. Okay. Yep, okay. Would not have done that unless the Clippers had a rubber covering. You're not George Stobart. He plays fast and loose with life. The rat's gone. It was the mastermind the whole time.
In the drawer was a single Q-tip. It was my lucky day. It hadn't been used.
Your lucky day indeed, George.
The room was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing.
Yeah. I don't see any switches. Oh, wait, we have matches. And a Q-tip.
Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
No? Okay.
Matches always came in handy.
You are likely to get eaten by a grill. If this predicament seems particularly cruel,
What I'm trying to say is maybe you ought to save.
that's probably a good idea. Game saved. Game successfully saved. I cannot find any kind of light switch anywhere. Wait a minute. Yeah, I cannot find any kind of light switch anywhere. And I feel like I should be. That wasn't it. No, that's one of my redeems. I used to die and having forgotten to save for like hours. So my cheapest redeem is to tell me to not fucking do that.
You'll never prove a thing, Copper. I'm just a part-time electrician. Bad is good, baby! Down with government!
That, however, was in the game. George is anti-establishmentarianistic. Oh, wait, you strike a match on the matchbox. Yeah. Okay.
In the corner of the room was a pizza delivery scooter, just like the one the killer had escaped on. Oil had dripped from the scooter onto the floor.
Can we get a sample?
I smeared some oil onto the cotton bud.
You know, interestingly, I know exactly who the, voice from Zork Grand Inquisitor is. Who is that? That is, Michael McKean. Who is not George Stobart, but I agree they do sound suspiciously similar. An air vent.
Through the grill, I could see something glinting, but it was too dark to tell what it was.
Well, let's go take this thing apart.
The air vent had a tiny catch on the side.
Tiny catch. Can we,
That was almost a great idea. Almost.
Okay, well, fuck you.
The air vent had a
Go, Trevor!
That would be pointless.
No.
Just mess and empty boxes.
What's this?
It was the Shredder.
The Shredder! Call the Foot Clan. Wait, no. They would know. Aw, it's happy. Look how happy that is.
There was a letter jammed in the Shredder. The gears had seized up.
Can we oil them?
I smeared the gears with oil. There was a letter jammed in the
No. Oh, I didn't really want to finish the shit.
It was time to see what was in the letter.
Oh! That's not how Shredders...
Grab the paperclip.
That's not how Shredders work. Alright, hold on. Okay, that's correct. Rolf Saxon's video game roles are Broken Swords 1 through 4 and Playtime with the Teletubbies. Yeah, Rolf Saxon was the narrator for the Teletubbies for a long time. No, don't put it there. Put it here. No, god damn it! Oh, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. Alright, leave it alone. This... not go there. This might go here. This might go here. This might... Fuck you. Fuck you! Alright, hold on. Mr. Roma... Okay. Here! There. Mr. Roman Medavowski. No. Dear Mr. Medavowski, re-security... No. We definitely need, Yours most notably, Henry Du Bois. Okay, so... I think this over here. I think I've got this in the wrong place. Oh wait, this definitely is in the wrong place. I got a bunch of shit overlapping each other. There we go. Security measures. I wish these locked in. I wish these locked in. I am delighted to confirm the appointment. The appointment of Vera Security. You're off. Oh, Vera Security. Hold on. I'm delighted to confirm the appointment of Vera Security to Eggs something. Exclusively provide the security for the forthcoming exhibition. Okay. Okay, and now what? Now we need to... I think this goes here, and this goes here. Okay. Okay. The gecko in the top right is going to turn out to be the boss. You're probably not wrong. Remain anonymous. Well, that's not right. Exhibition. This has to be over here. Oh, wait a minute. I think these all have to move over one. Yeah, these all have to move over one. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Are they locking into place now? No. I don't think this does locking into place. Which is very irritating. It should. Exclusively provide. I think you will find... The owner will remain anonymous. Something, something, this matter. Forthcoming. Think you will find to your satisfaction. That goes there, it's Esquire. This goes here. Esquire, you're right, it is. Thank you. This has part of the signature, so it goes here. And this is the last bit.
It was the letter from Henri confirming that Vera Security had the contract for the exhibition. And it also revealed who was in charge of Vera. A guy called Medovsky. At first glance, it all seemed pretty run-of-the-mill. But why was Henri thanking Medovsky for being generous? And why was he pleased to represent him? Maybe Medovsky was the owner we've been looking for. It didn't add up. I had a gut feeling. There was something fishy going on.
This actually feels detective worky, and I'm really enjoying that, honestly. Anyway, now we have a paperclip, so we can use it on here. Now we can flip that tiny catch and see what's hidden in here.
The paperclip was perfect for the job. There was definitely something in there.
Feels like a proper adventure game, unlike Broken Sword 4.
Now, what are you... Gotcha. Well, would you believe...
That is a gun.
It was a gun. And very likely the one that had been used to shoot Henri.
And your fingerprints are on it now, George.
Aha! So, what have we here? L'Américain, Monsieur Stobart.
And we have been made.
Today you crossed my path, because now you are caught in my net like a little red herring.
Inspector, I'm investigating the robbery.
No, monsieur. You are breaking and entering an innocent storeroom.
I found the murder weapon.
Found? No. Planted? Yes. Mu, arrest this man and take him to the station. I shall squeeze you, Monsieur Stobart, until your pips squeak.
Oh, is that a promise? The next morning at Nico's apartment. I will answer your questions in just a minute.
Thanks, Ronnie. I just wish I'd got some better shots of the killer.
Are you kidding? That stuff from the hip, very dramatic. You did good, Nico.
So
Yo, it's good to hear her
next?
praised.
Get me an interview with the owner, and you've got Sunday's front
I'm on it already.
Keep me up to speed. Let me know before you write anything up, okay?
Of course. Oh, gotta go. Someone at the door.
Is it gonna be Andre?
Monsieur?
Are you Nicole Collard?
Yes, can I help you?
I need to sit down.
You'd better come in.
Are you infected with a zombie virus, sir? Okay, I think that's where we're gonna save. Have I played Blueprints? I dabbled with it I played the demo here on stream, back when it had a demo. And I dabbled with it briefly offline, but that game doesn't need anything from me. That game has like a billion people backing it. I prefer to focus on games that nobody cares about. Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. Thank you for rephrasing that. Anyway. My first impressions of Broken Sword 5, I'm delighted. It feels like a fucking adventure game again. The series had been kind of wandering. This does feel like it gets back to what it wants to be. What it's supposed to be, I guess. Now I know why people praise it so much. I do kind of feel bad that, like, I was so grumpy at Broken Sword 4, but kind of deserved it. I do not see anybody who needs us to rate it, who needs us to raid them. I will say Blueprints, it's a maybe someday thing. But I honestly don't know if I'm smart enough for that game, to be honest. Like, I've played the Myst games and all, but I don't know if I'm smart enough for Blueprints. Anyway. Thank you all for showing up. I'm looking forward to seeing you all, well, seeing some of you at least. Maybe. Tomorrow. And on Tuesday, we are back to Rhapsody, a musical adventure. Which is a very unique game. I don't think I've ever played an RPG where one of the characters crawls out of the toilet and slaps a man with a fish. That was new. That's an experience I've never had in a video game before. I love video games so much. I really do. But right now... Now, am I gonna see it's crawling into a toilet to slap people with a fish? They're the difference. Anyway, I love video games. I can't believe he named the fucking cockroach. I do believe he named it Trevor. That's a good name for a cockroach. And I will see you folks, tomorrow. Good night, everybody.